Hi, everybody. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful, relaxing Sunday. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're warm and snug. I'm going to be honest with you. I have never been so cold in my entire life, not even at -11 in Canada. So, what happened to global warming? I certainly don't know. As far as I'm concerned, we're heading for the next ice age. Anyway, let me not irritate the handful of people who don't like these short personal introductions. Let's get on with it. Wherever you look now, the newspapers, or shall I rather say mainstream media, and then social media, is absolutely flooded with speculation about the Harkles. They are possibly splitting, they may even eventually divorce. No, they are not splitting, they are as happy as can be, blah, blah, blah. And again, we are being caught up in the exact same game Meghan Markle has been playing with us for the past 5 years. This will they, won't they game. Okay? Then there is the begging for a ride on Air Force One story, which I have now heard is absolutely true. And like a subscriber said, old Joe may not like the British much, but his wife knows which side their bread is buttered on. So, no, they would not take sides openly. Anyway, another subscriber or viewer who was a secretary to a few politicians before her and her husband retired, and who obviously know how the game is being played, said that in politics it is important to know which baby to kiss and which one to smack. Meghan Markle, unfortunately, did not only inherit a face you just want to smack, but she has a couple, yes, and I'm being kind today, of mannerisms and sense of entitlement which really, really rile people up and which can irritate and even astonish the most kind, patient, and generous amongst us. I know Mr. Markle and his other son and daughter consider themselves working class, middle class, the average American, but somehow they raised a child who has such low class mannerisms that she would eventually embarrass the most of us. Although he hasn't said it outright, I think Mr. Markle is not only sad, but he is also embarrassed. Anywho, I cannot speak for Mr. Markle or anyone else for that matter, but my subscriber told me that there is no way in heck the likes of the Obamas, the Clintons, the Bidens, and even the Trumps, and definitely the Kennedys and Bushes, would want to be associated with someone like Meghan. She is cheap, or she comes across as cheap, even when dressed in the most expensive outfit, and it shows. Like the subscriber said to me, she is the type who, when you invite them to your home, you count the silver before she arrives and after she left. Of course, we are not accusing Megan of anything. It is just a way of expressing a feeling of a lack of trust. It is said and told to me that Kamala Harris initially adored Meghan, but when it leaked that she liked or appreciated whatever she felt at the time, um, well, let's say like Megan, Megan tried so hard to buddy up to her that Kamala went off her completely and to such an extent that she does not even want to hear Megan's name. But of course, she will grin and bear a question in public. But allegedly, now obviously I did not see it, Kamala was asked by a journalist not too long ago, apparently, whether she thought Meghan Markle will have a future in politics. And apparently, she just laughed, looked away, and ignored the question. Anyhow, Megan is the first person whom I have seen who started at the bottom, reached the top, and then smacked herself down to 10 stories underground. When we look at Megan today, it is highly, highly unlikely that she will ever have a good or even medium good acting career in Hollywood or elsewhere. She destroyed that possibility all by herself. For the public, she will now always be not only the failed actress, but also the failed royal, whichever role you put her in now. Megan herself exposed the worst of herself to us, her fakery, her laziness, her narcissism, her entitlement, her jealousy, her lying, her lack of style and class. And she did it all herself. I know I am an absolute fool, but I cannot begin to tell you how many times I felt bad and guilty for always dishing and criticizing Megan, and how many times I tried to find good things about her, some silver lining, something I could point out to you. But lo and behold, as soon as I embarked on such a mission, Megan would step out and do or say something, causing my hair and blood pressure to rise. There was a time I thought she could read my mind. No, not really. But Megan is the ultimate antagonist. I have never ever seen anything like her. And yes, I said thing because it is almost subhuman the way she can antagonize people by just showing herself sometimes. But it is not just her mannerisms and personality which spoiled it for her. Before she even started dating Harry, there were a certain group of what I would call mid range actresses and maybe an actor or two who would not be seen dead with her and who were laughing about her behind her back. And for a while before she met Harry, the word was spreading to the more famous Hollywood set. So I'm going to try and relate the story as it was told to me. We all know about all these Hollywood parties and launches and fashion shows and charity events, blah, blah, blah. Before COVID, there would hardly be a day of the week or at least a weekend where in places like Hollywood, Los Angeles, Toronto, New York City, etc., there would not be such a party or launch or event. Now, when we are talking about a more upper class, more celebrity elite event, there is certain etiquette one sticks to. Simple things like if your invite is for yourself and a plus one, you don't bring a crowd. There is usually somewhat of a dress code, even sometimes an unspoken one. Some places you can be loud, others you don't. Just the usual basic stuff one would expect going to any event. Basic self respect, respect for others, and obviously there are boundaries. However, at many of these parties and events, there may be these promotional tables laden with goodie bags. Sometimes it would be one bag per person with two or three different products, but sometimes, say for instance, Dior will have their table with their goodie bags. Revlon will have their table with their bags. Others with their perfumes, shampoos, makeup, wine, tea, energy drinks, or whatever. Well, etiquette states, or at least if you are in a certain class of celebrity or elite, etiquette would dictate that you may sample one or two things, maybe three, four, but in reality, you are supposed to be there for the event. Okay? Anyway, it is thus also normal to take one or two gifts or goodie bags. But not Meghan Markle. Oh, no, no, no. Time and time again, even after she started earning good money, she would spend a significant time at these promotional tables and walk away laden with goodie bags, as in laden. Sometimes she would even happily pose for the brand just to be able to walk away with a freebie. It got so bad that celebrity magazines picked up on it. But worse than that, she was called a grifter long before she met Harry. The only difference between then and now is that then it was only a handful of people who knew and who laughed at her behind her back, and obviously who raised their eyebrows a little. But now it is the entire world. I'm not Meghan's public relations, but in all honesty, if I back away my personal feelings about her for a moment and imagine that I'm being paid to give her advice, I would tell her to stop trying to be a celebrity, stop trying to be an activist, stop trying to be a politician, a humanitarian. Just stop. Take time and evaluate what you are good at and what you had been successful in, and go do that for the next 2 to 5 years and forget about anything else. Build on that and make a success of that one thing so that people can regain some respect for you and have something good to say about you again. In my opinion, the one thing Meghan enjoyed or appeared to enjoy and which she was good at was the TIG. Yes, it is something she can indeed make all about herself, but the photographs from the old TIG were usually fairly nice, sometimes even a little creative, and some of the posts were even interesting from time to time. Yes, it's not going to make her millions when she restarts it, or, straight away. But she can grow it. It is something she can keep up for the next 20 years. Anyway, guys, I discussed the subject of Meghan and Harry, whether the media is fair or unfair to them, with a friend. And in the next video, I'm going to have the same frank discussion with you. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.